Y'all, this episode of Married to Medicine was the best so far out of this season. It was um it was just drama filled. It was just anyway, let's start out. Mariah's husband needs hair implants. He's losing his hair at the top. Most of the time, men with quote unquote good hair, or just a softer curl pattern or straight hair, oftentimes as they get in their sometimes 30s and 40s, they end up losing hair up here around the crown. Up here starts to go down, and he's lost a lot of hair. And him and Mariah is going to the doctor's office, and they're injecting this fluid into his scalp, and I guess that'll make his hair grow back. It was very painful to watch though, just watching somebody putting needles in your scalp and shit. Just ooh, child, edit the part out, darling, edit. Don't know. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, I'm gonna get back to Mariah and Aiden, her husband, in a minute at the doctor's office. But on the other side of town, here comes Miss Quad. Miss Quad, she got it. She got it. She meets with the guy named Raphael. Yeah, I think his name is Raphael Cox. She meets with him, and he's the guy that's actually having the event or sponsoring the event for the breast cancer awareness that we found out that Miss Quad, she got it, wants to has been asked to walk in by him, and it's I believe it's his clothes, and along with Rico Chappelle, he does something with it as well, whatever. So, they're getting into it, and they're shooting the shit and they're talking or whatever. And Quad is modeling in her clothes, her possible clothing that she's going to wear on the runway. She looks good and all that. And, of course, they start to talk about Mariah. And Miss Quad, she got it. She mentions to the Raphael guy that she invited Mariah, when actually it was Miss Rico Chappelle who invited Mariah, because he pretty much told Miss Quad, she got it, everything to say through a text message. And Quad, being impressionable, I guess, just went on ahead and sent a text message to Mariah inviting her to the breast cancer awareness event. So they're talking, and he's kind of like, "Oh, Mariah's invited. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't know how this gonna be, but." And so that was pretty much the end of that scene. Going back to Mariah, here comes her crazy mama, Mama Lucy, and her sister, who look just alike and act just alike. But Mama Lucy is her own. These mamas on these reality shows are really something serious, really something special. And so they come in, and Mariah, she talks about Aiden a little bit, how she's worried about him. He's been yelling, and you can imagine getting injections in your scalp and shit. Like, it's torture. Anyway, of course, Mariah, yes, she moves on to talk about Quad and how Quad has invited her to this event. And Mama Lucy and her sister, I still don't know her sister's name. It's just Mariah's sister, darling. And she's like, "Oh, well, I don't know if I should go. I don't know what's going on. What do you think her intentions is?" And Mariah's like, "It sounds like a setup to me." And she should have definitely went with her first instinct, because it pretty much ended up kind of sort of being like a setup, just in my opinion. But I'll get on that a little later. Lucy and Mariah's sister, they're talking, and they are really kind of like, they're a little bit like they don't know what's going on either. I wonder why Miss Quad just out the blue invited Mariah to this event. And Mariah's like, "Well, shit, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. I really don't know." Cut to the next scene. Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone meet up. They usually meet up and with lunch and talk about, things at least once a week. And This lunch, Dr. Jackie was concerned about Simone because Simone had she had this little, what was it? She had some kind of billing thing or something that she was going through, and it ended up like she ended up spending a lot of her own personal money to fund it. And it was a very tough time. She was, you know, going through a lot, and she possibly wanted to ask Dr. Jackie for some money, but they ended up being okay. We found out it was okay and that finances was okay. Dr. Simone and her husband Cecil, and Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone, they have a really, really good relationship. They're really, really good friends, and it's very sweet to see their interactions with each other, because you can tell that they love each other, and they've been really good friends for a long, long time. And Dr. Jackie even mentioned herself. She was like, if you was really in a big financial bind, of course I will help you out. Like, I got you, Ma. And that was very sweet. I love that. Now, Dr. Simone and her husband Cecil, we found out that they haven't had sex in like 3 months. Not 3, 3. Darling. Dr. Simone, I know you work your ass off, and I know that you're a very, 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 very busy woman. But girl, if you don't start dropping it like it's hot, and that man at home with them kids, he gonna get sick of it. That's all I'm saying. But I really do like Cecil and Dr. Simone's chemistry together, and they're very funny together, and they crack jokes. You can tell they really love each other, but they're both just busy, 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 busy people, and but they need to learn how to just say no or cut back on something if you can, because you don't want your marriage to go down just by simply not loving on each other enough. I would hate for that to happen, darling. That would be quite, 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 quite tragic. There wasn't that much Toya in this episode. Thank God. Because Messy Boots Toya. Take it, Toya. Take it, T. Nobody cares. Now, they cut to the scene where Dr. Heavenly, she's in her office. I don't know what she just did to this lady's teeth. I guess she just whitened them or some shit, or maybe she grabbed some Fix-It and put glues sister girl teeth back together. I don't know, darling. We'll see. And all of a sudden, this guy named Anthony comes in. His name is Anthony O'Brien, one of them. And he comes in, and he's actually Dr. Heavenly's stylist. And he brings her this big, nasty, old, ignorant fur coat. This old white polar bear. Poor, Shouts out to Peter. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Peter. I'm so sorry, Peter. Dr. Heavenly had on this nasty fur coat that she was going to wear to the event. And I don't know when they filmed this show, but why is you wearing this nasty fur coat, to whatever? And so we found out who Anthony is. Anthony actually is Mariah's cousin, her blood cousin. Mariah, Mariah, yes, the queen bee of the show. And Anthony starts to spill all the tea on Mariah, all the shit everybody else was saying, that she's selfish, she's mean, she's vindictive, she's hateful, she's manipulative. And Anthony was like, Mariah said that one phone call and I can end your whole career. You only work with me, and you won't be nothing without me, and all this kind of stuff. Like she's made everybody, like she's built everybody. And apparently this is what everybody's saying. Now, I don't know if all this shit is true, but I will say this: everybody can't be lying on you, Mariah. I will say that. Some people maybe, but not everybody. I do think there's some truth to everything that everybody is saying. This is your cousin, your blood. So why would he lie on you? If anything, he would be the one that would protect you from all this negativity, right? don't know. Y'all tell me, don't know. Shit, don't know, I don't know. And so Dr. Heaven was like, really? Well, that don't make no sense. Mariah? Really? You sure, her? You know Dr. Heavenly's just always trying to be up in shit that ain't got nothing to do with her and her damn job. And, just being messy. And she was like, she really actually likes Mariah, and she's just going to continue to give her the benefit of the doubt. Well, you go ahead, Dr. Heavenly, but you're going to end up being Mariah's only friend, okay? You're going to end up being the quad that was last season. You're going to end up being Mariah's little pet, stuck up under Mariah, and, she just might turn on you, apparently. That's what everybody else is saying. So, we get to the ending scene, the most important scene. Anything else happen before that? Okay, they have a scene with Mariah and Aiden and their beautiful kids. And we see Aiden. Aiden is swole to the gods. His face is swelled up. It's swelled up. Is it swelled up or swelled up? Help me out, y'all. His face is swole. It's just, he looks like Martin on the episode when he was fighting Tommy the Hitman Hearns and he got his ass whooped. That's not funny. I'm not laughing at Aiden, I'm laughing at Martin. That episode of Martin, legendary. And like, it was just so bad. His eyes was damn near shut. He was just swole, just everywhere. I was like, damn. Like, that surgery was serious. Like, it was crazy. And Mariah was damn near dressed for the event at, the charity event for the breast cancer. And I'm thinking to myself, Mariah, why didn't you just stay home with your husband and your children? Why didn't you just stay home? You said many times that you don't think you should go, and you're having second thoughts, and it seemed like a setup, and you saw that your husband was in that condition. You should have just not went. Okay? You should have just not went. That's what you should have did. But she went on ahead and went anyway. But the crazy thing about it was that she didn't get there until after the runway show. She came to the after party. She didn't come to the event. And I was like, well, bitch, you should just stay at home. Everybody showed up, including Miss Rico. Miss Rico was going to be there. And, everybody's all cordial and nice to each other and chatting a little bit. Miss Quad had on this beautiful dress. She turned it out. She gave the children hell. Shouts out to Miss Quad. Miss Quad. She got it. So it gets to the after party. After the event, the event was lovely. Shouts out to all the breast cancer victims. Hope that we find a cure one day. Maybe, I'm sure there is a cure, but, government and all that, they don't want to give it out and all that. Anyway, my heart goes out to anybody who has any kind of cancer. Anyway, it's the after party. And that's when Miss Mariah comes in, and like Dr. Simone says, she comes and steals the show. Miss Mariah walks in with her hair hat and this ugly outfit, and with her mama and sister, another nigga, and 2 security guards. And I was just like, who is these folks, Miss Mariah? Why did you show up with security? But I guess she felt like, some shit might pop off and she might need some protection. In a way, it was a little extreme, but in a way, I understand it. Because if I know I'm getting ready to go to, say, like a club, and if I know that it's a chance that somebody who I don't like, who we just had an altercation with, or something just, popped off somehow, and I know that it's a place that they frequent often, and I know that it's a chance they're going to be there, I'm not going to go there by myself. I'm going to have my clique with me. I'm going to have my friends, just in case, you just never know. And the kids in Atlanta and stuff is messy as hell, as we're gonna see. Or as we saw. Shit. It was crazy. Miss Rico saw Mariah. He was like, well, let's just do it and leave. Let's just do it and leave. And Dr. Simone came up to him and she was like, what are you talking about? Let's just do what and leave? He was like, no, we just gonna do it and leave. And then this other queen that's with Miss Rico is kind of hyping him up and was like, oh, yeah, no, we just gonna do it. We just gonna, something they were saying. I was like, oh, Lord, this is gonna be a mess. This is not the time. This is not the place. Just. And Miss Rico was mad at Mariah because apparently Mariah said she made him. Mariah made all these people, apparently. And he's mad about that. And also, he's been best friends with Mariah since they was like 14. So, they were inseparable for many years. And I'm sure that deep down, he's really, really hurt about Mariah. But Rico approaches Mariah. He speaks to the sister. He speaks to Miss Lucy. And he tries to give Mariah a kiss, and she backs up. That was all she wrote. Miss Rico showed out on Mariah. You hear me? Miss Rico was like, really, really, really? I am through with you. I cannot believe you. This is ridiculous. And how dare you? And just all up in her face, and people trying to ignore Rico, but he is going off, going in, going ham. And his friend just standing behind him, just chilling, like, yeah, bitch, get him, get her, get her, get her. It was crazy. The security guard come in between him, then the friend grabs him, and he's still going off. Mariah's not saying a word. They done pulled Miss Rico off. And he done, hit the highway, him and his friend laughing in the car. And Miss Quad, she came back from change and she didn't, want to be in the situation, in the altercation. So she went to go change her clothes. She came back out. And then that's when Quad approaches the rest of the group of girls, which includes Mariah. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. And we're going to see next week that Quad and Mariah is going to get into it again. I don't know why they keep having these public displays of belligerentness. Darling, I've had my champagne in here all day and I still haven't drunk it. Wow. Okay. Listen, I only bring the glass out when it's something good, okay? Or, when I can. Shit. I can't get over it. It was crazy. This episode, Miss Rico, you had bad intentions from the beginning. When you told Miss Quad to send that text message to Mariah, you knew that you was hoping to God that Mariah would show up so that you would show out on her, and so that she would feel embarrassed. Probably the way that you feel, that you would, embarrass her, because obviously she really pissed you off, and so you wanted to hurt her bad in front of people. That was very inappropriate. At the end of the day, Rico, you are a man, and you showing out on a woman, and everybody don't know all the details and the history, or don't really care for that matter. It just didn't look good. And all you had to do was talk to Mariah on the phone or send her a text message. And if she didn't respond back to you, then fuck it. That's really all you had to do. You didn't have to show out on Mariah like that. And especially at the breast cancer awareness event. Like, black folks just don't know how to act sometimes. And it's crazy. That it was very ugly and it was very inappropriate. And you look real pressed by doing that. Now, Mariah is not innocent at all. And a lot of what people say about Mariah, I actually believe. But you should have handled that totally differently. I'm so sick of Mariah and Quad getting into it in public in front of everybody, giving all these niggas something to talk about. All y'all need to do is just have a conversation alone. And if y'all, get there and realize that y'all still can't hash it out, then just let it go. But y'all showing out at all these events and in front of people is totally, totally out of line. It's just, it's absolutely crazy. Shouts out to Zariah. What's his name? Mr. O'Neal, Zariah O'Neal, Zachary O'Neal, I forgot his name, sorry if you see this video. But you know, he was tweeting some of the same things that I was thinking and vice versa. And, you know, he's a real cool guy. He's another YouTuber. I'll put his link down in the description box. Zachariah O'Neal. Boom. Yes, God. He's a YouTuber and, you know, he's awesome. And yeah. We was tweeting back and forth and all that good stuff. So shouts out to you, Zachariah. But, yes. This episode was really, really entertaining. It was really good. Like I said, Rico, you was wrong. Yeah, Mariah and Quad, get it together. If you can't, oh well. Rico and Mariah, get it together. If you can, oh well. That's all I have to say. Next episode is gonna pick up from where this episode ends, and Mariah and Quad gonna get into it again. So we shall see. This season is really just a big yelling match and just a fistful of tears. Anyway, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Follow me on Google Plus at Mr. Chalaki. Yes, I am. Twitter at It's King's World. Chase King was here on Facebook and all those good things. Thank you for watching my review. Till next time. Bye.